Show. Today we are going to talk about stress. What is stress? That is our topic today. We are going to share, we are going to learn together. This is our topic today. What is stress? What is stress? To answer this question, stress is pressure or worry resulting from mental or physical suffering and difficult circumstances. It seems tricky, but we can understand it. Let's go to my own explanation how I understand it in a simple language. I can say stress is when we feel that everything seems to have become too much. We feel overloaded, wonder whether we will cope. This is what I call stress. Is when you feel that everything seems to have become too much for you and you feel so overloaded, and sometimes you even wonder, will I ever cope? Will I be able to cope with this problem that I'm facing right now? What causes stress? What causes stress? Stress is often caused by a change in someone's life. To put it that way, we have got reasons here which we will tackle. Stress is caused by the following factors: getting a job promotion. This reason, I was just wondering, how can this cause stress? We people will differ. Getting a job, you'll be constantly thinking about this new job. Will I be able to cope? What about the environment? What about the duties? Am I going to manage? Meeting new staffs on board, trying to adapt to the people. So all that brings stress. Getting a job promotion. This one I thought it was going to bring much joy. It brings joy, but it brings stress also, because you'll be thinking where you are going, the people you will meet. Our second reason is getting married. I was even thinking that when you're going to get married, you'll be celebrating, but I've realized that it brings stress, because you'll be thinking of the new man you have to settle with for the rest of your life. Having a baby on board, the new family, all that, all the wedding plans, the dress to wear, the shoes, it brings stress. Moving to a new country, it was supposed to be joyous, but you'll be very stressed because of the shifting, the moving, financial problems. This one, I'm afraid of saying it, but I'll say it. A lot of times this one brings a lot of problems in people. People be thinking the rent, the money to pay the bill, money to take the students to school, money for Christmas, money for what, money for paying the car, money for paying debts. All this brings stress. Chronic illness. This one, it's very, very serious. In life, your normal is okay, and then you get that chronic illness. This one, it brings a lot of change in your life. You have to adapt the diet, what to eat, the medications on board, fatigue, all that, all those chronic illnesses brings a lot of stress. So people have to understand, when someone is having a chronic illnesses or a chronic illness, we must understand that it brings stress. Someone will be, sometimes she's angry, sometimes she's happy, sometimes she's tired, so she's stressed. Unemployment. This one we have to understand. This one, unemployment. When you are not working, you don't know what to eat tomorrow, thinking of going to borrow sugar or salt from your family. All this brings stress. Work overload. There are times when we go to work and you'll be having a lot of work, working, trying to finish tackling this one, these duties here and there, driving up and down just to meet the deadline. It brings stress. Demands of school. This one to students. The students will be stressed because I have homework, I have an assignment, I have a project to finish. So all that. But writing examination, I need someone to ring a bell for me. This one, it's a reason that I'm afraid of. Every time I'm writing examination, I'm stressed. I'm so stressed. Sometimes before the examination, you are even sweating. But it's okay. At the end of the day, you will make it. So, according to all these reasons, really, I would say they bring stress into our lives. But I promise you, on our next lesson, that's when I'll bring reasons to cope with stress. How are we going to cope with these reasons that causes stress, like unemployment, work overload, demands of school, writing examination? Really, I would love us to tackle, how we can cope with stress. So I promise you on our next lesson, stay tuned and please don't forget to subscribe. I hope you learned 1 or 2 words of stress. But on our next lesson, that's where we'll talk about how to cope with stress. So, bye for now. Don't forget to subscribe.